Welcome back, socialites, and if you're new, I'm Ariel. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and a little bit of lifestyle. So today's video, I'm going to be trying a full face of new products. I think mostly everything's going to be new. A lot of this stuff I picked up during the Sephora sale. It's the items that I hadn't tried yet, and there are going to be a couple things that I got in PR, and I will let you know which ones those are. So I started off with my Clinique 100 Hour Moisture Surge Moisturizer. And no primer today because I'm going to be testing a foundation that's new to me. So Rim Beauty sent over quite a few products, and this is their foundation. Now I got it in the shade Deep 1N, and I've never tried their foundation because when I've tried to get a color matching store, I couldn't find a really good match. That's the only reason why I hadn't tried it, y'all. Very unique packaging. Most of Rim stuff is kind of like a little different when it comes to their packaging. So let's do one pump. It's not moving. Well, it's slowly moving. So I would say it's like a medium consistency. Yep, definitely medium consistency. It's not thick at all, but it's not super thin. So it's like a medium consistency. So this is definitely neutral. So I'm starting in the areas that I need the most coverage first. And this is some coverage. Now, I haven't read up on the foundation, but it seems to be covering all of my imperfections. I'm starting in the areas where I need the most coverage first, and it's covering it all. So this is leaning a little olive on me. So the color is not exact, but that's okay. I definitely do prefer neutral over like a warmer foundation or something that's like too golden. So I'm able to kind of finesse this undertone better, so I don't mind it. I'm just putting what's left over from my finger on the back of the brush. This is the Sephora Collection number 64 foundation brush. There's not really a scent to it, which I like. So it doesn't really dry down, and it looks like a natural skin finish to me. It's definitely not matte. So let's go in with concealer. I'm using the concealers that was on my makeup tray this month. I hadn't posted my makeup tray yet, but I'm gonna post it anyway, even though we're nearly halfway through the month. I'm gonna go ahead and post. So Hourglass foundation. Maple is the deeper shade that I'm going in as a transition. And then Flax in the inner corner, which is a little bit more neutral and a little lighter. And this is so full coverage and thick and creamy. A little bit of it goes a long way. If you love a full coverage concealer, Hourglass is an excellent concealer. I like the way the foundation is settling into my skin. It's giving like plump and very natural. Those are the type of foundations I gravitate towards, y'all. I love a natural looking foundation that looks like skin, that's not matte, but still gives amazing coverage. I don't mind medium coverage either, but if it could cover everything off the bat like this just did, it's a plus for me. Blend in the darker shade first, even on the forehead, and then I'm gonna do the brighter shade. Back in with my foundation brush, no additional product, just to make everything as seamless as possible. Okay, y'all, so I did switch out my Haus Labs contour stick. I got Silhouette, switched it out for the shade Curve, which is a lot deeper, way deeper than what I normally wear, but it blends out so creamy. I don't think I'm gonna mind it. I know it's gonna look great. I use deeper shades on my clients because I like them to be snatched. But as I get older, I don't necessarily care to be that snatched anymore, to be honest. Just a little light sculpt for me. Blending that out. And this is a softer brush. Usually I go in with a brush a little bit more firm than this. This is the e.l.f. Putty brush, but this one doesn't necessarily require that. Back in with the foundation brush, and again we want to soften all those edges up a bit. Now, as much as I want to try the new shade of the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in the shade Resilience, I kind of want to see how this new Huda Beauty palette looks on my skin. So this is the deepest one they make. It's swatched way on the lighter side, so I'm interested in seeing how it pops up on my skin. So I don't want this shade to interfere with that. We want to see how this looks on its own. So I'm gonna go ahead and set One Size Ultimate Setting Powder in Ultra Pink and take one of my cosmetic wedges to do that. Filling in my brows with my Merit pencil. This one's in the shade dark brown. Okay, y'all, so I found a new show. Y'all know I'm an Apple TV girly, okay? So there's a new show made from the makers of Breaking Bad, and it's called Pluribus. Do y'all remember Saul's girlfriend? Well, she's from Better Call Saul. I can't remember if she was in Breaking Bad, but Saul's girlfriend from Better Call Saul is actually the main character of Pluribus. So good, worth watching. Something different. The premise of the show is they found an RNA gene or genome in outer space somewhere. They've somehow harnessed it, start using it on lab rats, and the lab rat ends up biting somebody in the lab, and it spreads across the world. It's definitely got me waiting on the next episode, which comes out on Friday. So I can't wait for that. Have y'all seen any new shows lately? Okay, so I'm gonna take my Sephora Collection Micro Smooth Powder. Now this is a new one. It's the new formula, which I've never used. I'm using the same shade that I usually use, which is Mahogany. So let's see how this works out. Let's see how the shade does. Have they changed the shade? Okay, this one is slightly more matte than the original. I wouldn't say it's like super matte as compared to, but the original formula definitely delivers slightly more radiance than this one. That's probably like my most used pressed powder, so I know that one like the back of my hand. The color does seem to be very similar, if not the same. Okay, so the other side, I'm gonna use the original formula. The original one is just slightly more radiant, and the color of it is a tinge more rich. So it does look a little bit better, and it gives my skin a little bit more life. Can y'all tell the difference? I think the average person wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but this shade and formula gives my skin a little bit more life than the new formula. The new formula is a little bit more dull. A little bit more matte. Yeah, immediately I like the original formula better, but I mean, I don't think I would not use the new formula. So let's go in with the Huda Beauty blush palette. This one is the Roseberry, which is the deepest one. 3 matte shades and 1 shimmer. So what I'm gonna do is swirl my brush through all of the shades, which Huda recommends that you do it that way, or you can go in each shade individually. Now this shimmer is quite a shimmer, y'all. Like, look at that, it's gleaming. So I'm gonna go in all. Shimmer shade is really standing out more than any of them to me. Like, I see a major sheen. It's really pretty, it feels really soft too. This brush, this is the new Morphe brush that's in that holiday set that comes with that red Christmas-like bag. This brush feels really good too. I think it's pretty. So I'm gonna take another brush. This one is from the Makeup by Ariel set with Morphe. It's the A3.2 brush. And I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade, which is like a straight up terracotta shade. And we're gonna place that like right up here. It's a lot softer on its own. I feel like this shimmer shade is really making it pack a punch, but it's buildable. So if you go on top of it, you can build it up. Okay, that's pretty. My type of shade. So now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this shade and put it like towards the apples of the cheek. I'm gonna take the shimmery shade and we're gonna use this on its own. I feel like the shimmer took over this side, like out of swirling it through, that shimmer really came through. So let's put a little here. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't use this as a highlight. This would be like a blush topper, or I would mix it through all the shades, kind of like I did right there. Because it's naturally wanting to take over. It's like the most pigmented shade in the entire palette. What do y'all think about this palette? Okay, y'all, so moving on to eyes. Rim Beauty also sent over this sort of liquid eyeshadow. It's in the shade Muse, and it looks really pretty. It sort of reminds me of that liquid shadow that I had on one of the last videos from Armani, the Giorgio Armani number 10, I want to say. So let's apply this straight to the lid. Ooh, it almost feels like jelly-like. It's a lot more brilliant than the Armani one. So I put a lot on there, so I just kind of worked with what was left on my finger from my left eye to put over here. Spreads and blends with absolute ease. It's so pretty. Beautiful every day. This would be beautiful for a date night look too. I feel like I got a little bit more on that one, but that's okay. Essentials palette, this is the deep one. A little bit of this brown mixed with this brown. Okay, so with what's left on the brush, I'm just gonna go in the light shade alone, tap off the excess powder, and work that from underneath the brow down to meet that darker shade that I have on the end. To me, the shimmer is looking like it wore off a little bit, y'all. So I'm gonna take a little bit. It could be my eyes playing tricks on me. Or did I cover it up by that matte eyeshadow? Like, it doesn't look as pigmented as it was. So I'm putting a little bit on the back of my hand and going back in with my finger. Sephora Collection liquid liner. This one's in the shade Chocolate. And using my new House of Lashes glue, which I'm liking, by the way. Picked this up during the sale, and I'm just gonna pop on some half lashes. Underskin brown liner. This one's in the shade Kalamata. And I just got some brown liner on my contact lens. Lord. Mascara. Into the Gucci bronzer. This is an M201 blush brush from Morphe. Feels kind of velvety too. A lot comes on the brush. Ooh, it's really warm. And it's like velvety. There's like a slight sheen to it. It's not matte. Yeah, definitely like on the warm reddish side. This bronzer is definitely gonna be stunning all on its own. It blends really buttery, y'all. It's like velvety. I don't have one quite like this that I could sort of compare to. The closest would be the new Hung Van Gogh. It's kind of like has that velvet smoothness to it, but this is definitely on another level. I'm happy about that because this is expensive, and when you buy luxury or designer makeup, you do want it to be like next level for the price, and this is giving me something different. She's beautiful. This is Sephora Collection lip liner in muted brown, and I'm gonna go in with Mami from Hung Van Gogh. So I'm just gonna tap a little bit of Mami on the lip. I don't want it too pigmented. Topping it with the Fenty Gloss Bomb Oil in Fenty Glow. Smells like a warm pastry. Molasses from Sephora Collection. I'm just gonna overline my top lip with this one. This is the look. Now that foundation shade seems a little light for me. As it's settled in with everything, it's a little light. It's a little too neutral. What do you guys think about the shade? A little dullish. Now, as much as I want to try the Sephora Collection setting spray, you guys, I kind of want to see how this foundation performs on its own. So it's now 3 o'clock. So I'm going to wear the makeup for maybe like about the next 5 or 6 hours and check back in and let you guys know kind of like what I think about all the products. I feel like this eyeshadow, like the liquid eyeshadow, is sort of wearing off again, but I'm not going to touch it. We'll check back in and just see. This may be a liquid shadow that I should use like eyeshadow primer with. We shall see. Okay, socialites, so I'm back. It's now 10:01 p.m. Time got away from me, so it's like right at 7 hours later. Foundation, it definitely looks lived in. It's really shiny, but that's to be expected at 7 hours later. For reference, I'm 40 years old. I have normal combo skin. I'm not super oily, and I definitely don't have dry skin. I don't think it looks bad. There's no emphasis on fine lines. The pores don't look crazy at all. I would probably put like e.l.f. liquid putty primer underneath to extend the wear a little bit more so it won't be as shiny at the 7 hour point. Most definitely hydrating enough for dry skin. So I like it. The shade I'm not crazy about. It's a little too olive leaning on me, or maybe just a smidge too light. If I go like a half a shade or one shade darker, I think I'd be good to go. I might be in between shades. Okay, so let me blot a little bit of this shine away. And it's so smooth. Look how smooth the complexion is, and this is with nothing but moisturizer underneath. Okay, so that's an easy fix. I'd probably be good to go for at least another hour or so. So the Haus Labs contour stick in the shade Curve, I like it. I was a little scared at first because I do very subtle contour, like I bronze pretty much normally, but not bad at all. I'm snatched. I definitely use it again. I knew I liked the formula. It would just be using a darker color. It worked out. It looks nice. So the Rim Beauty eyeshadow in the shade Muse, it's gorgeous. This is a beautiful color. I think great for every day. Be gorgeous for like date night. Really nice for like holiday season with the little glittery reflex in it. Bronzy with the glittery reflex is like so versatile to me. Right in the creases, it did wear a little bit, not a whole lot. I can still see the eyeshadow on there. So I would put on like an eyeshadow primer underneath just to help with like the creasing. Other than that, I think it's beautiful. The Huda Beauty blush palette in Roseberry Color Story. This is nice. It's really, really pretty. It's on the softer side, so if you really want like those blushes that pack a punch like Juvia's Place, this isn't it. It's a little bit more on that light to medium coverage. Now that pink shimmer is bold, so keep that in mind. It's really pretty. I would honestly wear this as a eyeshadow as well. I think it would be pretty to match a little bit on the lid and on the cheek, but overall it's pretty, and I think it would be like everyday wearable for my skin tone. I think she does need to come out with a darker palette because this is the darkest out of like the 3 or 4 palettes that she came out with, and somebody significantly darker than me, this would not work. The Gucci bronzer is beautiful. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love it. So I'm looking forward to wearing it again with probably a little less blush and like let this be the highlight of the look, because it does have quite a bit of red in there, so it's like a bronzy bronzer, like with that reddish tint. Usually bronzers that I use aren't as red as this, but it's so pretty on my skin, and that velvety texture is like love it, love it. So looking forward to using this again. I could see this quickly becoming like one of my favorites. Similar to the Huda Beauty palette, this is the darkest shade that they make in this Gucci bronzer. So again, somebody significantly darker than me, this will not work. They need more shades. The reformulated version of the Sephora collection Micro Smooth, to me it's not a significant difference enough for me to not like it. I do see a difference though. My normal color that I wear is mahogany, that I wear all over. I do use another shade in this, which is ebony, to do like a little bronzing sometimes, but I don't think it's bad at all. I can definitely tell that the old version, the color was a little richer. You see how rich that is? And it's a little bit more matte, not quite as radiant. Do I wish that the formula was the same? Yes, but it's not so different that I can't get along with it, you know? So I guess depending on maybe your color, some colors may be more off on different, skin tones than 56 mahogany is. And I believe that's all the new products that I tested out today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Everything I used in today's video, I'll have linked in the description box or right across the screen on the YouTube shopping tab. So be sure to check that out. And if you're new, welcome. I'd love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.